Hey, what's going on, everybody? Jack from Theme Park History here, and welcome back to Technoid.
Hey, what is up, everybody? Michael here. Welcome back to another episode of Technoid. Hope you guys are doing excellent. Enough talking, enough crap. Let's just get right to the video. So, let's get those stories going with the old catchphrase. Let's get it going. So story number one, before we talk about the Pixel 4a, let's discuss the Pixel 5 and Pixel 6. Now, in the news right now, there have been some word that Google is looking to move away from Qualcomm by using their own chips, their 865 and things like that. Well, according to Android Authority, it looks like Google will be working on making the Pixel 6 be the first Pixel phone to ditch Qualcomm. Now, what processor are they going to be doing? Are they going to be making their own processors? Are they going to be using a new processor? What are they doing? Well, they will be using customly made Samsung Exynos chips. Oh boy. So according to the article, the reason why Google is doing this, they want to step up their game with Apple. Since Apple really dominates the ARM-based chipsets and basically have the best chipsets in any device, it's obviously a big game changer if Google wants to do this. And considering the fact that the Qualcomm Snapdragons are good, but when it comes to long-lasting and software support, a lot of companies have to work with that. So by Google switching over to their own custom-based chips for their phone, they'll be able to probably have a better software support experience, but the Pixels already have good software experience, so I don't necessarily think that's a big deal breaker, but it could be for some people. So that's just a little update I wanted to give you guys on the Pixel 5 and the Pixel 6. Now, if you're wondering, are they going to start with the Pixel 5? No. The Pixel 5 will ship with the 865 5G, but it looks like the Pixel 6 will be the one to ditch the Qualcomm chips. So I hope that clears it up. Let's keep it moving. Now let's go over to Samsung. So for a while now, Samsung has been working on a follow-up to the Galaxy Fold 2, and it looks like they might finally actually be following up with something that will actually be a better version of their 2-in-1 tablet, but could possibly well replace the Note series. So again, according to WCF Tech, it seems that the Galaxy Fold 2 is going to be a replacement of the Note. So let me explain. So the report says, now keep in mind, this is with a grain of salt. These are early reports. We don't know exactly when this is going to happen, so definitely keep this with a grain of salt. But I believe the intentions are true, and I will explain. So first thing is first, the inside, the big tablet screen size of 7-inch will have a 120 Hz display, giving it that full pro resolution that everybody craves nowadays, don't they? Yeah, very, very tech savvy. But the main thing, it will come with an S Pen support. So now you can be able to use your S Pen when you're using it with a tablet. You can also write and doodle and make side notes. And the front of the phone will be a much bigger depiction of what we got, and it will house a punch hole, both inside and outside. Now for the outside one, I don't think you really need a punch hole, but the inside one, yes. And the screen will be using the ultra-thin glass that they found on the Galaxy Z Flip, which is still just not as durable as you would think. But the main thing is that this is looking to replace the Note series as a whole. Now let me explain why I believe that, and let me give you my evidence. The first evidence is the Fold lineup. You already have the Galaxy Fold, you have the Z Flip. The Note series is by all means the best smartphone you could buy that has everything into one. However, with so many smartphones that Samsung are making that are just so similar in scale and size and everything, the Note series doesn't feel like what it once felt. You could get half of what the Note has, but possibly more by going with the OnePlus 8 Pro, just without a stylus. So by making the Galaxy Fold more of that Note replacement for the lineup, it makes sense because the Fold is a 2-in-1. That to me is more valid and more of a, I guess you could say, a better purchase decision over the Note if you wanted productivity by using tablet form and also having a smartphone. So for me, the Fold replacing the Note, it is a possibility, and it looks like it might actually be happening, but we gotta wait and see, and hopefully, who knows, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. And last story before we talk about the Google Pixel 4a, let's talk LG. Now, as you know, LG has been teasing a new phone that they are working on. Some are saying it's a mid-range, some are saying it's a flagship. Honestly, if you look at the unveiling, it kind of looks like a flagship, but it's actually a mid-range. Let me explain. So the phone is a teaser. It doesn't give too much in depth, but we can confirm that it is using the Snapdragon 765 5G. A step down from the 865, but still a good mid-range processor. Now, the phone itself will be housing a punch hole style, but very similar look to how the A51 and A71 phones are, very similar in design. It looks like it houses a glass back with a 4-camera setup, which is pretty impressive for a mid-range. Now, everyone was saying it looked like a flagship based off of everything that it was given, and it's using the codename LG Velvet. Now, for me, honestly, mid-range or not, it looks like a good phone. You have 4 cameras, you've got a good display, you have the headphone jack, which most mid-ranges have anyway, and honestly, the 765 sounds like a good mid-range flagship chipset for mid-ranges. I say flagship just for mid-ranges, you get where I'm going. So the LG Velvet might actually be another good mid-range. Honestly, I gotta make a video discussing why mid-ranges are like the new flagship. Honestly, I really should do that. But that's the LG Velvet, and I hope you got your feeling. And last story up, the main story that you guys have obviously been waiting for, the Google Pixel 4a. Now this video, I'm basically going to compile everything that you need to know about the Pixel 4a, and I'm gonna do it as fast as I can. I'm not gonna bore you, but the reason that I'm doing this is because just recently I've been all over the news and there have been so many leaks of the packaging of the phone, and literally a guy made a review of the Pixel 4a before release. So there is no surprise for this phone. I don't know why it wasn't released. I mean, the iPhone SE of all phones beat it to the punch. But in all honesty, this is pretty much what you can expect from the Pixel 4a. So definitely expect a punch hole design. There is no shocker there. That's a given choice. It'll have the Snapdragon 730. I don't think they're gonna go in the 5G route because they gotta cut costs somewhere. It will have 6 gigabytes of RAM, which is pretty standard nowadays. 6 gig is like the new normal for most Androids anyway, I would say. It will house a 5.8-inch 60Hz OLED display. Not bad, considerable. You also will have 64 or 128 gigabytes of UFS. See, I gotta read. See, that's why you gotta read, kids. Go to school. UFS 2.1, and the main cameras will be a 12 megapixel on the rear and on the front an 8 megapixel camera. Now, it's unknown exactly how optimized they're gonna be, but I'll tell you this right now, Pixels have some great cameras, so you're not gonna miss out on that. Now, it will not have wireless charging, but it will have fast charging. It is rumored to house a 3000 milliamp hour battery. It will have a headphone jack, pretty expected because the 3A had it, so why would they take it off the 4A? And there are 2 colors known right now, black and I believe barely blue they call it, but there's a rumor of a mint color or another version coming out. Listen, only reason I'm compiling this list is because it's simple. That's all you need to know. It is a mid-range for the Pixel line that's going to sell better than the Pixel 4. The Pixel 4a is a smartphone that's going to sell better than the Pixel line because it does better, it's priced better, it has the stuff that you would want in a premium flagship smartphone, just in a mid-range. And honestly, the market, I'm serious, like I cannot believe I'm reporting more about mid-ranges than flagships. And flagships used to have so much wow factor. I'm surprised the mid-ranges are now starting to have more wow factor. The 4a is just in that category of mid-ranges. Now you have a whole lineup. You have LG, Samsung, Google, and iPhone. So you need to determine which of the mid-ranges you're going for. But the rumored price point is again $399 for the 4a. And it really comes down to your preference. So that's the Pixel 4a, and I hope you guys are satisfied with that. These are all the images that you're seeing. These are real official images. So why wasn't this phone released a few weeks ago? Beats me, but we all know what's going on out there right now. And that's it for today's episode of Technoid. So guys, again, a little bit all over the place on this episode, but I just had to kind of compile it and get it to you as best as I could. And I really hope you enjoyed the episode. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button. If you disliked the video, hit the dislike button. That works as well. Helps me get spread on YouTube. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Take care, everybody. Stay safe, and peace.